Alright guys, we have a 2007 T50. Now the problem with this car is it's done a head gasket, so it lost all the compression, the car doesn't start, and you can see here the radiator is exploded wide open. So now obviously this thing's gonna need a new head repair or even new engine. But before I do that, I just want to quickly confirm whether your EGR cooler has some problem. Definitely EGR cooler can sort of pressurize the system, cooling system, if the exhaust gas is leaking through the EGR cooler. So I just want to quickly make sure that that's not the problem, that's the EGR is not the problem that caused the radiator to blow, and then maybe afterwards engine to blow up, head gaskets to get damaged. So I don't know, I'm just guessing at the moment, guys. So today we're just gonna do a quick video on how to check the EGR cooler on this BT50 or Ford Ranger. They can go from anywhere 2006 up until I think 2011-12. They're the same engine. First thing we're just gonna do, take this cover off. Alright, right there. That's our EGR cooler. We can do a test while it's on the car. So usually I'll just show you and describe it to you how I do it.
So how this works, it will sit in the engine like that. Alright, so how does this work is coolant goes in through the core there, cools the EGR and comes out back into the cooling system. Okay, this is your radiator side and this is the exhaust side. So the exhaust comes in through the cooler, goes back out to the engine. And if they have a leak in between these two chambers, this exhaust gas can pressurize the cooling system. Or sometimes I have seen where it's actually pushing the coolant into the engine as well, and it was just burning the coolant. And one time I had where it actually was hydro-locking the engine because it had a very big leak from the EGR cooler. So this is a very common problem on this Ford Rangers and BT50. It does give you the exact symptom like the head gasket leak, but first thing to check is this to eliminate it's not the problem. So if I was to do a test on the car without taking anything off, usually what you can do is you can just take these two hoses going into here, the coolant hose, and start the car, and then you can see a lot of exhaust gas pushing out of that pipe. You can visually see it. That's one way to do it if the leak is big enough. I'm just gonna quickly show you the setup on this pressure tester. So I'll just take it off. So this one just has a little inflated rubber on the end there. So, and we can clamp this onto the metal part. Just because I couldn't reach with this clamp on the metal part, it was too thick, so I had to take this off. That usually sits in here. I took that off. We just used the rubber part here, so when I pressurize, this rubber gets swollen, as in inflated, and that way we can seal any kind of surface you're testing. That's all I did there. I'll just take that one off too. And just on the other side, all I use is this little rubber blocking thing that came with, I don't know, some fuel filter or something. I just put a clamp over it. That was good enough to seal that side. So okay, I'll just quickly show you the setup I have here. I'm just using this pressure tester, coolant pressure tester of Worth brand. So they usually have a rubber, little rubber inflator in there. And what I have here is this one. I block one of the coolant pipe, and on the other coolant pipe I have this pressure tester again. So this is just a little handy tool you can buy from the internet, eBay and such. You just put shop air there. You can regulate the pressure up here, how much you want, and you can put that pressure into the cooling system. Pretty handy tool here. So I'm going to put pressure through one of the pipe into the coolant chamber, and other side is blocked. Now I have this Worth pressure tester blocking the other side of the EGR pipe right there. Okay. And the other side is open, so we're gonna check if there's any leak through that pipe there, through that fittings there on the EGR cooler. Okay, so basically first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put air through the pressure tester device there. Obviously regulate your pressure and just open the tap. Just like that. And I can already hear it through here. So I can hear just to prove the point, I'm gonna just put some water in there, like that. Okay, and now you can see already the bubble in there. It's just like the radiator when you're checking for head gasket on the radiator, you see bubble. So that's what we're seeing in that. So definitely this EGR cooler is leaking. Now just to prove that we're not sending pressure through this pressure tester, what we're gonna do, we're gonna quickly disconnect this air line and release all the pressure. So I'll disconnect that air line, release all the pressure from here, and let's see if this is pushing air through the other side, just in case. So now we see in there the water is nice and calm, there's no bubble anymore. So definitely this radiator, the EGR cooler is also leaking. Now when you go and change that engine, obviously this thing's gonna need a new engine. We also need to change that, otherwise we may end up with the same problem afterwards. So in my opinion, what happened is the EGR cooler let go, had a leak, it pressurized the cooling system, the radiator tank wasn't very strong, so it exploded the radiator tank, lost all the coolant. The customer was obviously driving, they didn't realize, and then it cooked to the point where it lost compression and have a huge head gasket leak. I'm going to wrap it up here today, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.